What is up, guys? Sarcasm here, and today I have a new series I'll be doing called Osprey Gunner with Every Gun, and there's a few reasons I wanted to do this series in particular, and the first reason is because I wanted to bring you guys something where I could kind of share my thoughts on each and every gun in the game, and how I think is the best way to use them, what attachments, perks, and the best class setup in general. And I'm also going to be talking about some of the cons, of course, and some of the bad things in particular that has to do with the gun and how to kind of compensate for that. And the second reason I wanted to do this is because I know a lot of people do mobs with every gun and stuff like that, but I really love the assault kill streak, and by doing an Osprey Gunner with every gun, I think it will show you guys realistically how to build up a kill streak a little bit better and more efficiently, and I'll kind of explain some of my thoughts on what I was doing in order to build up the kill streak in this game, in each of the game in particular. And just one thing to note real quick, I'm going to be doing every single gun except for the snipers, and I'll probably even do most of the secondaries except for the launchers, just because you can't refill your ammo with the launchers, so there'd be no way to build up a kill streak with them. But yeah, I'm definitely not a sniper guy, so I am not doing the snipers, just a heads up. But every other gun I will do, and I will complete this. So in this game I'm using the first assault rifle, and you start off with this one. That's the M4A1. Now the M4 is very versatile. It's pretty decent at almost any range, and I almost like to think of this gun as a jack of all trades but master of none, because while it is really good at all different ranges, it's not really the top of its class in terms of effectiveness at any of those ranges. So there probably are better choices for if you're aiming to go get kills at a specific range, but it is pretty effective at close to medium range, especially now. The setup I'm using with this gun is a red dot sight and kick proficiency. You don't really need to use those things. That M4 is so versatile when creating a class with it. You really can use pretty much whatever you want and do well with it, but I'm using the red dot sight because I'm not a huge fan of the iron sights. They're not that bad, but if you like the iron sights and you want to slap on a silencer or something else like that, then feel free to do so, because like I said, the M4 can handle it and it won't really ruin the gun. But as for proficiency, you definitely don't need kick. This has like almost no recoil, but kick does help at longer ranges. So instead of having to burst fire and probably maybe lose a kill by the other person getting behind cover by the time you could kill them, but you'll actually be able to spray a little bit more at those longer ranges and be almost as accurate. So that's why I chose that class setup in this game. But like I said, you can definitely experiment around with this gun. There's a lot of different good options and they're viable, so test it out and see for yourself. And just one thing to note, that I am playing domination, and I'm not always going to be playing domination for this series. I'm going to mix it up a little bit, and I'm not always going to use the same kill streak. So in this game, I'm using the Reaper, AC-130, and Osprey Gunner. And the reason for this is probably a really solid setup in terms of just getting straight to the Osprey, because if you have hardline on, then you just get to 8 kills, and then from there, the 8 kills with the Reaper gives you enough for the AC-130 most of the time, and most of the time between the AC-130 and the Reaper you can get to the Osprey. So that's what I did in this game, but same thing, I'm going to be mixing it up to show you guys different ways of building up a high kill streak. And you know, I don't want to just keep it with one thing, that just gets boring. But yeah, you saw I just called it my Osprey Gunner. One thing to note, the Osprey Gunner comes in and drops 4 care packages wherever you designate it to go. So I like to put it somewhere that my team is controlling so that they can grab the care packages, but at the same time I like to put it somewhere where there may be still a few enemies lurking around. But then after the initial drop where the Osprey Gunner comes in and then drops the care package, it does move around a little bit. But for this map in particular, it's usually not that great, along with many of the other air support kill streaks, just because all these bridges are really obstructive and kind of block your view and angles to shoot. So that can be a problem sometimes, but in this game, this is ground war, so it's a little bit easier, and the other team wasn't doing such a great job of shooting me down. But yeah, that's it for today's episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Leave me some feedback in the comments below. I'll be putting out a couple of these a week, and I really didn't have too much time to talk about what I was doing to build up the kill streak in this game, but I definitely will be doing that in future episodes a little bit more, just because this was kind of an introduction, so I had a few more things that I want to talk about other than that. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and that's it. Bow!